You're listening to Just Hit Play with your hosts, Peter and Nick Cabral. If you're tired of your stagnant, streamed music feed, then strap yourselves in for an intergenerational sonic journey through Peter and Nick's favourite songs.
Welcome to episode 87 of Just Hit Play. Nick, how you doing?
Doing well. It's been a little bit of an absence, but
Yeah,
been a busy couple weeks, and all in all, life's good. But yeah,
we all got busy there for a week, and recording was difficult, and we're a week out of uploading. So sorry about that, everyone. We didn't upload for a week.
Yeah, I know. Our Iron Man streak is over. I mean, we took a bit of a break over the holidays as well. So
yes, we did. Yeah, no, it was just one of those perfect weeks or 2 weeks where there was just so much going on that we ran into some roadblocks. But we're back in the business now.
Yeah, we're back. We're cooking with gas again. It feels good.
And it's late at night for you, so thank you for staying up and recording.
Yeah, no problem. I've just come home from working 8 hours at Adidas and now hopped on the call to chat with you. So looking forward.
How's the weather there? Is it still cold?
Oh, it's horrific. We had a really bad snowstorm yesterday. It just got dumped on. So it's the streets aren't even plowed yet today, like the side streets and whatnot. Wow. So yeah, it's been a treacherous couple days.
Well, I have the aircon on behind me because it's a bit of a sweltering day. So we're living in two very different worlds at the moment.
Yeah, it seems to be a running theme. But
yes.
I'm happy for you. Very happy for you.
Okay. In our Brisbane studios too is Darren. Darren, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. What are you complaining about it? It's only 26 degrees.
I still have the aircon on.
Oh,
aircon on.
Wow.
Absolutely. What can I say? The music's hot. I need to cool down.
Nice. Nice to see you.
Before we start, I just want to wish happy birthday to Braden, the guy who wrote our theme song. It's his birthday today, so happy birthday, Braden. I hope you enjoy your birthday.
Happy birthday, Braden.
All right, let's get into some music. You ready?
I sure am.
You're going first, so tell us about the National.
Yeah, so when I first gave you the song to listen to, this episode was going to come out during Valentine's week, I guess.
Yeah.
So I gave you a bit of a classic sappy teenage love song, but with a twist because it's made by The National. And if anyone's unfamiliar with The National, they're one of my all-time favorite bands. I think they're excellent, and they do a really good job of writing melancholy music. And I think that's what this song is. And Darren, why don't you just hit play on Dark Side of the Gym by The National.
The first time I saw you, you were walking out. I wanted to ask if you could stay, but you were on something with your friends around. There was nothing.
All right, Dark Side of the Gym by The National from their album Sleep All Beast. What did you think of this song? Did it take you back to those high school dances where you were standing against the wall in the school gym?
I'm going to say something about a National song that I never thought I would say about a National song. This one kind of bounces like sunlight. It's a really lovely... there's melancholy in it as well, but there's such a wonderful little... It's a lovely love song. I never thought I would say that about the National.
It is, yeah. It's just like a chill, nice song. And yeah, there's aspects of the instrumental and the singer's voice that give it that little bit of like melancholy, darker tinge. And of course the music video, which if you're watching on YouTube, you can see right now, it's also a little bit dark. But again, that's just what the National does. They put a little bit of a spin on it like that.
Well, yeah, talking about the music video, even though the music video is a little bit dark, it's a lovely video. Like the dancers are great. It's filled with prime colors, which is very odd for the National. It's a lot of yellows and blues and reds and greens. The dancing is really lovely. It's a really strange National song for me.
Yeah, so the music video, the guy in the video is the choreographer for some New York ballet house or hall,
Mm,
or whatever, some troupe of ballet dancers in New York. He's the choreographer,
right.
and that the girl is his partner who dances in the troupe or crew.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he choreographed the dance and then did it with his partner. And yeah,
Okay.
it's set in a high school gym with a
Yes, it
bunch of
is.
balloons,
Yeah.
presumably post high school dance, which is
Yeah.
definitely what the song is about.
It's funny. When the video was playing, there's a scoreboard in the shot every once in a while, and I kept looking to see if the score changed or if any of the numbers changed, but I don't think it did. At least I didn't catch any score changes in it. So yeah, I thought that would have been kind of funny if they would have changed like the scoring as the video went
Yeah.
on, but I don't think it did.
I wonder if the numbers have any significance in the
Right.
scoreboard.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
as I'm a U2 fan, they like to throw on like a lot of like biblical verses up on
Mm-mm.
as imagery in their music. So maybe there's like a Bible. I don't know if the National or Religious Idea there, but it'd be funny if there's like a Bible verse up there or something.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, this song, there's not really too much to it other than one line I really like, and there's a few theories on is
Mm.
like when he says I'm gonna keep you in love with me for a while.
Mm.
One theory I read on that, which I actually like a lot, is that the song is being sung from the perspective of someone in high school
Yeah.
who's wallflower in the dance, and instead of like going up and asking the person he has a crush on to dance, they're just going to have these thoughts of being in love with them from afar and not actually like ruin that with the possibility of rejection, just having that love and that romance, keeping it in your own head, which I
It,
thought is very interesting.
it could also be from the point of view of a high school student where, high school love rarely lasts more than a summer or a year. It's very
Yeah.
rare that people are stay in relationships out of high school. I know a couple that are still married from high school, but that's very rare. So it could be also that he wants to, just enough for maybe junior year or senior year or something.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's cool for a band like the National, who a lot of their songs talk about very like adult
Mm,
issues and like trials and tribulations of being middle aged, or different existential questions that start arising as you get older, or just general relationship stuff. So I thought it was interesting to hear them just take on like a very classic, more low stakes type of
mhm.
relationship where it's just
Yeah.
two people in a high school gym awkwardly wanting to dance with each other.
It's funny how sometimes the simplest song is the most effective. Where it's a very simple song. It's a love song, and love songs tend to be simple. Generally, I'm speaking generalities, of course, and it really hits. It really hits home. Sometimes when you discard, a lot of things, and you just write a nice pop song, it really hits home.
Yeah, I agree. There's minimal frills on this song for sure,
Yeah.
uh, except for the outro where it's like got the strings, a little bit of the,
Mm,
the dissonant string action, which I love, and I think that's what sort of elevates the song for me. Is you have this really nice, pretty love song, but then at the end it kicks into a little bit of a different gear with the strings and leaves you wondering what's going on there at the end. So I like that
yeah.
part of the song a lot too.
And how did you come across the song?
Well, it's from their 2017 album Sleep Well Beast, which is one of my all-time favorite albums personally. Um, it's actually, fun fact, the first album that we featured two songs from, or at least that I have on this
Right. Yes.
podcast. Yeah, so we had "The Day I Die" by the National,
Yeah.
and now this song, both from Sleep Well Beast. Yeah, one of my favorite albums ever. It's one of those
Yeah.
ones that I have it on vinyl, and if I'm having a
Mm,
bad day or a bad week or something, and I
chuck it
need to
on.
relax,
Yeah.
this is the first record getting thrown on. So
Now, the
yeah,
day I die sounds, again, it's more of a national type song than this
yeah.
one specifically. But yeah, it's did it do well like in the charts? Like, was there a lot of downloads? Do you know how that worked?
No, I think this is pretty much just an album cut. Like
Yeah.
"Day I Die" was definitely the the biggest song from this album. This one, yeah, just an album cut. I don't even think they played it live when I saw them.
Wow. Okay, that's well. Hopefully they play it live around Valentine's Day because it is one of those really lovely, just such a poetic kind of song. So yeah, no, really, I really dug it.
Well, I'm really glad you liked it. Again, this is one of my all-time favorite bands. I love everything they put out. They've got a new single that came out about a month ago and an album on the way in April. So I'm very excited for that.
You got some stuff coming out.
Oh yeah, they've got some stuff. And Darren, what did you think of this one?
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
Cool. Glad you enjoyed.
All right. Thank you, Nick. I really dug that little love song from The National.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready to move on to some Link Wray?
I am. I'm very curious to see what you have to say about this song.
Okay. So we're going to listen to The Rumble by Link Wray. And before we talk about it, let's listen to this instrumental from 1958. Darren, just hit play. Okay, so there is The Rumble by Link Wray, and the actual band is called Link Wray and his Raymen. So that's the name of the band with Rumble. So before we get into it, what did you think?
Yeah, I like this song for sure, but it's a bit of a weird one to categorize and classify because not only is it an instrumental, which I don't typically listen to, but it's also very short and repetitive in a way, but also switches up. It's definitely good, and I enjoy listening to it, but really, as I said, hard to categorize for me.
Okay. One of the reasons why I got you to listen to the song is because of its historical significance. It's credited as one of the first songs ever to have like distortion guitar in the song that was released. And remember, this was released in 1958, so it was a groundbreaking song for 1958. Nothing sounded like this in 1958.
Okay, yeah, I didn't realize it came out in 1958 because that definitely makes it more impressive. Like, it's a really cool sound that he's created here, and I can't imagine it was a common sound at the time.
No.
Yeah, it really, really sounds like something from the 70s even, not just the 60s. Like, it's just a super cool sound, and I definitely enjoy what he's doing here.
Well, this song inspired Iggy Pop. So when Iggy Pop said when he first heard this song, he kind of quit high school and decided he wanted to be in a band. Jimmy Page, this was a huge influence in Jimmy Page being the guitar player for Led Zeppelin, and Bob Dylan loved this song as well. Now it's called The Rumble. Do you know that when I was doing I didn't know this, when I was doing research for this song, I found the weirdest fact about this song. It was banned by most radio stations in America when it came out. Because I know I can see your confused look, and I was confused too, because it was so different. And it's called The Rumble, which at the time rumble meant like gangs fighting. So it was so different that it was thought that it was going to lead the youth to gang violence. It's the only instrumental song in American radio history that's ever been banned.
Wow. I don't really know what to say about that. That's just
that's messed up. Like, yeah,
it's asinine. Yeah.
Like, how afraid were they in the 50s for this song to be banned because it was going to lead to gang violence in the youths of the day?
Yeah, I don't know. As I said, that's asinine. I can't really I know, different time, and we don't know what it was like because we didn't live in the 50s or whatever. So maybe everyone did genuinely think it was going to create gang violence or something, but 2023, I can't even imagine that.
It's a little nuts, isn't it?
Yeah. And I'm generally against the censoring of music. So seems kind of silly to me. It's a good
Yeah.
song.
No, it's it goes to show you how dangerous rock and roll was seen in the 60s
Yeah, yeah.
and 50s. Not so much the 70s, because it sort of became just the popular music in the 70s. It sort of overtook, and that's when rock and roll started making a lot of money, and it became the popular music of the day. And the Rolling Stones were staying in like fancy hotels, and it just became part of the scene. But in the 50s and 60s, when it was the counterculture, especially the early 60s, whereas an instrumental like this with a little bit of distortion and a little bit of like sexy slide guitar or whatever Link Wray is doing gets banned on radio. Yeah, so it's almost like what hip hop, the evolution of hip hop in the 80s and the 90s was in America too.
Yeah, I had to go through that same growing phase of the moral panic and outrage, for sure. Yeah, but what all I can think of right now is if I had a time machine and I could go back and like show 1950s America, like a Chicago drill rap song or something,
Right.
where the entire song is about quite literally gang violence and shooting members of rival gangs. I would love to go back and show someone that and just have their head explode. So if they were freaking out about the Rumble, oh boy.
Yeah, the story goes that they were playing a live show, and someone asked for a different band's song. They wanted the Wray Men and Link Wray to play a different band's hit single, and they played this instead. And all of a sudden, this became the revolution that it was, and it became their best known song. This has been featured in so many movies. It was in Pulp Fiction, and it's been on TV, and all over the place. So while it probably wasn't recognizable to you, you've probably have heard it in passing. So it probably had a recognizable feel to it.
Yes, it felt familiar and recognizable. I had no idea from where.
Yeah,
but I remember during one of my listens to this song thinking, oh, this would really fit in like a Tarantino movie. Like I could see this being in Pulp Fiction. Turns out it was.
Yeah, no, it's been there. So it's just one of those songs that I thought, I'm trying to get you to listen to songs that are just amazing and that have been, fit a really big genre or led to some, evolution. So this is one of those songs where I'm going to get you to listen to that fit that criteria perfectly.
Well, I also think it's one of the best air guitar songs of all time.
Oh yeah.
Like that,
it's
those like
perfect. Yeah.
Oh man, that's so good. It hits very nicely.
Yeah. No. Again, and I heard this. I've heard this song a lot, but I was watching TV and it was on a TV station. I was like, I remember this song, and I had to sound hound it just to get the name of the artist because I didn't know who sang it. And I was like, okay, I got to play this one for Nick. So this is a rediscover for me over the last few weeks. And I like when that happens because then I can share it with you on this podcast and our listeners and our viewers. So it's always kind of cool when that happens.
Yeah, that is cool. What TV show are you watching? Do you remember?
I can't. It must have been a Netflix show. I don't know if it. I've gone into Ted Lasso recently, but I don't think it was on Ted Lasso. It might have been on. There's a show called Poker Face. That's pretty good. Might have been on that. But yeah, I can't remember what station or what TV show I was watching.
Ted Lasso's fantastic. I'm glad you're watching it.
Yeah, so I'm excited for season 3 coming up soon.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, cool. Darren, what did you think of the Rumble by Link Wray and the Wray Men?
I could recognize it, and it would have been from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. I'm guessing Link Wray's made a lot of money. He's dead now, but his estate is making a lot of money from this song being used all over the place. Yeah, sorry, Nick, you were going to say something.
Yeah, it feels like a cinematic song. I think that's a really good way to put it, and that's probably why it's been used in so much media. It just feels very cinematic. You can close your eyes and picture some sort of scene to go along with this song.
Exactly.
And it's a cool quality for sure.
Yeah. Cool. Now, before we get into, I just got reminded of something that I wanted to talk to you about before we get into our songs for next week. The Smashing Pumpkins and Jane's Addiction are coming to Australia for a tour. And Smashing Pumpkins are the headlines and Jane's Addiction is supporting. But as part of the tour, there's going to be a wrestling outfit doing wrestling matches before the concert. Have you ever heard of anything? I've never heard of anything like that before. Have you?
No, never. Smashing Pumpkins and Jane's Addiction, they did the North American tour. They were in Toronto last year, so I knew of that, but I don't, to my knowledge, there was no wrestling organization also touring with them.
Yeah.
So that's pretty crazy.
It's a little weird, I think. Yeah, so to have a wrestling show before the concert starts. Yeah.
Are you gonna go?
I'm gonna try to go. Yeah.
I think you should go. That sounds fun.
I think they're playing Redcliffe for some weird reason. Redcliffe is a very small part. It's not even part of Brisbane. It's just outside of Brisbane. I think they're playing Redcliffe for some reason as well. So it's not even like Brisbane. Maybe there's no place they could play a show without putting a wrestling ring in the venue. I don't know the reason, but that could be the reason.
Yeah. Interesting.
I thought that was a little strange. Okay, what song do you have for me for next week?
For next week, you're going to listen to the song $20 by Boy Genius.
Okay, are we going back into hip hop?
No, Boy Genius is the indie supergroup formed by Phoebe Bridgers, Julian Baker, and Lucy Dacus.
Nice.
So yeah, they've got an album out on the way, and this is a lead single from the album, so it's fantastic.
Cool. Okay. And as I mentioned, I'm getting you to listen to songs that you've never heard of before, that are just amazing and just, scratch that itch that I'm hoping that you have. So you're going to listen to "Fly Like an Eagle" by Steve Miller Band.
Cool. Sounds good.
I think it's going to be one of those songs that
I like an eagle.
I think you're going to adore this song.
Okay. Awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
You usually don't miss. When you have a good feeling, you don't miss. So
I think it's going to be similar to Crimson and Clover, because I know you love Crimson and Clover, so I think it's going to have that sort of similar impact to you.
Yeah. Crimson and Clover, great song.
Okay, speaking of Crimson and Clover, let's get into who played it better. So we have the original, the Tommy James version of Crimson and Clover. So let's hear a little bit of that to Darren.
Crimson and Clover.
And the amazing cover by Joan Jett. Let's hear that too. Okay, Nick, which version played it better?
I think I like the original better. Yeah. I like the Joan Jett version a lot. It's close. It is close, I must say. It's not like I certainly like the original better.
It's not a Devo Rolling Stones.
No, not that type of situation. Okay. It's I don't know. The original just has that spark to me. It has that unique magical aspect. I think the Joan Jett song sounds a little too polished, maybe a little too. It just sounds like a rock song, whereas the original Crimson and Clover feels like a very unique song, and it's got like that creepy, unsettling feeling almost in a bit of a way, whereas Joan Jett doesn't. So it's the original for me.
I think what pips it for me too is, for the original version, is the guitar. I think the guitar is so unique and so wonderful, and it's such a transformative type of song that it does pip the Joan Jett. But I listen to both versions happily. When both versions come on, I listen to it with eager enthusiasm. But I'll stick to the original on this one. And how about you, Darren?
The original.
Yeah, I think it just pips it. Yeah, both are.
The Joan Jett one's very good, to the point where when I was first listening to it, I was like, "Oh man, am I really going to say this one's better?" Like, I don't know. I was talking a lot of good stuff about the original, but the original does win.
The original too, he sings in a falsetto, which almost sounds like a female artist as well. As he has a higher register in the song, and Joan Jett, obviously being a woman, has a higher register. So the vocals are quite similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah, they definitely are. I think the guitar sound of the original is just really unique, and as you said, transformative quality. So
yeah, cool. All right, so what are you up to for the rest of the week?
Well, this whole so right now I'm on reading break from school this past week, which means I've been working and studying and catching up, but I've also been playing the hell out of the new Harry Potter game, Hogwarts Legacy. So I'm probably gonna look to keep playing that. And
I haven't looked at that yet. What house are you in?
Oh, Ravenclaw, all the way.
Ravenclaw. No, I haven't looked into that. Maybe I have a couple weeks coming off soon, so maybe I'll have to look into that in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game. It's one of those ones that's really sucked me in, and anytime I'm not playing it, it's all I can think about is playing it. So
now, forgive me for my ignorance. Is it phone based? Is it computer based? Is it both?
I play it on my PlayStation 5 right now. It's
okay.
Right now it's available on like PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. Yeah.
I still have a PlayStation 4. I wonder if I can download it on the 4.
I think it's not out till like, I want to say April maybe, April or June on the PlayStation 4. So you may have to wait a bit.
Yeah. The only game I play is FIFA. I buy the PlayStation just to play FIFA. I don't play any other games.
I mean, that's fair. FIFA's a good game. Do you have the newest FIFA?
I do have the newest FIFA, yeah.
Yeah. You can play with AFC Richmond.
Can you really? That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, it was a really good week for games against Spanish teams, so that was really good.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Congratulations to Manchester United. You guys played very well, and you deserve to beat Barcelona.
Okay, now
that's the only important European football game that happened this week.
Now, when they were up 2-0, did you have a good feeling?
No.
This...
Are you kidding me? It's real. For anyone who has no idea what we're talking about, my favorite football team, Liverpool FC, played Real Madrid this week, and we were up 2-0, and we ended up losing 5-2. And
that's your bogey team.
They own us.
It is. Yeah,
they own us. They beat us. It's not a rivalry. They beat us every time. Yeah. They just own us.
No, one of my favorite things to do now is I go on YouTube and I watch a mashup of Liverpool fans reacting to games. It's quite a thing. Yeah. It's quite a thing. Okay, we don't have to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, let's move on.
Let's move on. Okay, how about you, Darren? What do you got going on for the rest of the week?
Oh, nothing exciting, just work.
Okay. Yeah, I got a few days off.
It was 2-0. It was 2-0.
It was 2-0. And quickly, too. It was quickly 2-0. Yeah. After 4 minutes, it was 1-0.
Anyway, what are you up to the rest of the week?
I got a few days off, which is good. I'm working 4 days next week, which is pretty busy. But yeah, busy times coming up. So hopefully we can record next Friday as well. But we'll see. We'll talk about that off air.
Yes, we shall.
Okay, let's get into our independent artist, which is Lilly Grace. Now, we've listened to Lilly Grace before. She's a Brisbane-born, Nashville-based singer, and she has a new single that's being released today. So it just got released today, and we are proud that she has allowed us to play it on our podcast. So thank you, Lilly Grace. I hope this song brings you much success. It's called Follow My Road. It's a lovely country pop song, and thank you again for letting us play the song. And gentlemen, we'll talk to you next week.
2, 1, 2, 3.
Wake up staring at the ceiling. Never wake up with one of those feelings. Gotta get out, spit some gravel. It's all about the road. Let's travel. Grab the keys, let the wheels just take me. Can't wait to see what the world's got waiting. Load up the back, fill up the tank, not gonna
You've been listening to Just Hit Play. To contact your hosts, Peter and Nick, or to be featured on an episode as musical talent, email justhitplay7300@gmail.com. Keep up to date with news and announcements by following on Instagram and Facebook, linked in the show notes. Subscribe on your favourite podcatcher to tune in next week for more sonic delights. And if you can't wait till then, check out the Just Hit playlist on Spotify, linked in the show notes. A special thanks to Braden Munch for the theme song, and thank you for listening.